I'm Maria Menounos, and you're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
Hey, y'all.
We're still going.
We're just going
all
to
right.
wait. All right, go ahead. All right, y'all. Hey, y'all. We are tuning in live to Below Deck Sailing Yacht. I hope y'all are so ready for this. I'm your host, Akilah Ffriend. I was once a sailor, but quickly found out that being a yacht member is way more exuberant and way more my style, so I have not looked back. To my left, we have Nate Harris. He's joining me today. Yep. He just came back from a cruise, so thank you for joining us, commoners.
Yep. I'm an expert at this stuff.
There it is. Further right next to him is Amir Yassai. He watched all seasons, so he is basically our living expert, and he tweets with Kate, so they're besties.
I'm caught up.
There it is. And then all the way to my end is Elizabeth Pena. She doesn't know how to swim, so she needs a boat ASAP.
Yes, give me a floaty too.
So today we're going to be talking about, obviously this was the season premiere of Below Deck Sailing Yacht. We're going to be breaking down all the castmates. We'll talk about how they got their yacht ready, and we'll definitely be talking about their first trip to Greece. There's so much that happened on this episode, y'all. What's your overall impressions? Let's talk about that first.
I love Madison so far. Like, honestly, she's like my soulmate, like best friend wise, of course. Yes.
No judgment if it's not just best friend. You can have a soulmate that's a girl.
You never know.
That's true.
You
That's
never
2020, right? What I like about her is that she's coming in, she's ready to work, she's ready, like she's down to help Georgia. I like her energy. I think she's gonna really add a lot. And the casting directors are smart. They pick someone, you know, with light pink hair, and she's like a little bunny running around.
She's got it.
So I love it. Yeah. I'm into it.
I absolutely love Madison too, but I'm going to be different than you guys.
Okay.
I'm going to go with Jenna. Jenna is one of my favorites.
Yes.
I know that's
Unexpected.
it's probably the unpopular opinion, but starting off, she really did sound kind of rude, and she came off and she let them know, and so immediately I thought, okay, this is going to be a rude woman. You really are the B word. One of those situations, but she's just direct, you know, and really when people are just direct, like those are the best people.
You can't help but love them.
Can't help but love them. Let's
Right.
get straight to the point. I loved her sense of humor. I love the fact that when she knew things were going wrong on the boat that had nothing to do with her, she knew she was going to be the one that had to get beat up and cussed out about. So I just loved her honesty and her bluntness. And
she knew what's up. And I think that if you've watched all the seasons, you know that the guests are going to get drunk. They're going to get belligerent. They won't go sleep. So they need someone like Jenna.
You got to set the rules. But the thing is about this whole season or this episode, we realized that most of the castmates are new. So it's really for us, we're going to be able to really join in with them and get accustomed to them and learn to love them as we loved some of the previous seasons. But they're also new, so they have to come in with that energy or else, you know, they're going to be pushed to the side.
Yeah. Absolutely. Especially when it comes to social media following. When I was looking, they don't have a lot of followings except Adam Glick, who's the chef, coming in from other seasons. So I think it's important that they're going to beef up their following and we'll get you some good stories
Exactly.
around that.
So with that, let's break down all the castmates. So for one, let's start with the captain. Now we're dealing with Captain Glenn. What did y'all think about him?
I feel like I like him a little bit more than Lee, just because he seems just more like on board with things. Like he's not so like strict, and he doesn't seem like, oh, okay, like I'm afraid of this guy. Like no, like all the, you know, stewards, they're all like, you know, really cool with him so far. So I like that. He seems to just, and I hate to say it, like he's younger, so he kind of has more energy to him too.
For me, I don't know. I don't like a hands-off captain. I'm like, if you're going to be the boss, you're going to be the person in charge, I need you to be more like Jenna. I need you to have some sort of authority. And so for him, I feel like he's a little hands-off. And for me, I'm like, is he lazy? Is he not ready to be a captain? Is he wanting everyone else to do the work and just want to sail through Greece with no problem? I'm not sure.
And he's in shorts. So like that threw me off. I was like, a captain in shorts? Like on the previous season, Captain Lee came out shirtless. And even when he was shirtless, he was very, he was in charge. This captain should not be helping with provisions. Right. He should not be in the galley hanging out. Like there needs to be hierarchy, because when, you know, SHIT hits the fan, and it will, because the boat was at 45 degrees at one point. You need someone that's in charge and not in shorts. So that's a big one for me. I am saying no to Captain Glenn.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, again, I'm going to get you guys.
Okay,
we are fighting tonight.
We got a contrarian.
Wait, you like Captain Glenn, right?
I love Captain Glenn.
I like it too. What are you talking about?
But I think it's just my personality, though. I hate micromanagers. And we'll get into it later when we get to the news, because he kind of explains himself a little more, and you guys will kind of understand him. But just me as an employee, and whenever I work for somebody, tell me what I have to do and trust that I'm going to get the job done. You know, and I feel like that's kind of what he gives his staff. He gives them, here, this is what we have to get done. Go do it. Now, if we do get in trouble and things do start going bad and you guys aren't getting the job done, I think maybe he'll step up and he'll say
Nate,
those things.
do people drown at your job? If you don't do the work
Right.
right, someone
Are
could
people
drown.
paying millions of dollars to Yacht? No, you better.
That's my only
guess
retort.
you're right.
That's true.
I guess
That's
you're
true.
right.
I'm not trying to blow up your spot.
No,
but,
it's one thing if you're messing up the meals. It's another thing if you're the captain and this boat sinks.
That's true.
But that will
true.
sink the meal. Like,
Yeah.
if the meals are bad, that will sink the boat, because these rich people get crazy. Someone threw a plate.
Crazy.
People have gotten sick
This
from
is
the
just
food.
the beginning. This is just the beginning.
Yeah.
Well, let's go into Adam Glick. He was another one, as you said. He's been on past seasons, so we were kind of familiar with his face. Post coming back with his dog for a year. What do you think about Adam?
I mean, the man drives around in a van. So
Right.
listen, I love van people. He has good energy. He's a hard worker, and he came into a galley that looked like his van, probably a mess. So he organized everything. He seems pretty chill. The captains in the past, the chefs in the past have been nightmares, huge egos. He seems like he's checked that a little bit.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of on board with Adam.
Okay.
And I like the romance between
I was about to say
Jenna.
the bromance between
bromance.
yes.
He has a little romance. He's got a lot going on.
He's got it.
Yeah.
I liked Adam too. I
Finally, you're agreeing with us.
I felt that sense of he does think he knows it all, though.
Right.
He hasn't showed it, though. But I do feel that, like, it's going to show, like, in the upcoming thing where he's just like, it's my way or the highway. I've heard him say that. And then he said something about crew members hooking up. So, like, I feel like he's been there. He knows everyone else's news.
Yes,
Like, I've been here. I know what's going to happen. I know the predictions. So, but I did like him. I feel like he is a ladies' man. I feel like he's a
He's
guy.
hooked up in the past.
Absolutely.
He has.
Absolutely.
So I'm excited for him though. I
Yeah.
did love the bromance and the romance that him and Jenna have together. But I just feel like
I feel like
him.
they might like bicker at at some
I
points
think
because they
all
have
of his
strong
romance is one-sided.
personalities. Yeah, but I love Adam. Like he's good eye candy.
Yes, definitely.
But so I've heard he's a little cold.
He can be.
I don't know.
Yeah. But it's a boat, things happen.
It is. It's
Yeah.
small quarters.
We have to look at the way he lives his life though. Like Adam is just like, I'm on the go forever, all the time.
Yeah.
I don't care about you women.
Single.
Right,
He's all like,
right.
If you're gonna tie me down, you're gonna be tied down in this van all year long.
Okay. That could be a moment. Who knows? We've been talking about Jenna kind of loosely, but let's really dive into her. So Jenna is the chief stew. What do you think about her? What's your first impressions?
I first thought she was like such a cold-hearted bitch, and I don't like being micromanaged. So I was just like, oh my god, this reminds me of like an old manager, someone that's just like
PTSD.
yeah, I do like that she has pink hair though. So that's when I was like, okay, she's got a wild side,
That's
like
Madison.
No, have you
has pink
seen?
hair?
She
Got a pink.
or am I like
that.
colorblind?
Madison got the
She
pink
has
hair, but
no. She has a little bit of pink. Like you could tell, like
I must
a little
have
bit.
missed that.
Like
Damn, I
it's
wish I
like
knew that.
it's
Yeah.
like a dark blonde pink.
Okay,
Like I don't know if
okay.
you guys or am I like I said, am I colorblind?
Depends on the hue. Who knows?
I was just like, I thought you were talking about Madison. My bad.
No,
Yeah, go
she
ahead.
she has some color to her. I think I forgot.
Let's figure that out.
Yeah,
But
like
be a poll. You let us know.
Yeah, let us know.
Right,
if
let
she's
us know.
blonde, pink, whatever. Let us know.
It's like that dress. Like is it blue?
Right.
I like Jenna too.
Yeah.
Like I think I'm vibing with her, and I agree with Nate. She came in, she knew what she wanted.
Yes.
She was very direct. She was shaking hands, looking people in the eye, and a lot of time in the past seasons of Below Deck, there's a lot of misogyny because the men that are on deck won't believe the women that are in the interior. There's a lot. They're like kind of don't treat them as well.
Exactly.
So she came in and she was like, I'm not going to be treated
not
that way.
playing that.
I'm coming in, direct eye contact, handshakes, and I really appreciated that. So
Which
I think
is
she's going to
actually-
bring something to the show.
It's great, but it's also very surprising because she's from Canada. I'm like, usually you guys are like the nicest folks, the most chill, but she's like, I do not play that. I was trained in this Michelin-starred environment,
Right.
so I'm ready
She might
for
be from
everything.
Ontario. So Canadians from
It's a very
Ontario,
different
they
thing.
don't
Very
match.
different
So
thing.
you don't know. We
But
don't
I
know.
love how she kept saying, like, I don't want to be authoritative. I don't want to be considered a bitch, but, obviously.
But I agree with like
Yeah.
I wouldn't like my authority to be challenged too.
Yeah.
So you do have to be assertive. So I
you
get
gotta
why
set
she's
you gotta set the trend.
Yeah, I get why she's.
And then
like
again, she's been here before, and in the service industry, and again, like you were talking about we have these rich, famous, and men coming on here, and the misogynist just shows up.
And they hit on you, they try to sleep with you.
Yeah.
There's a whole lot of
So,
that. Yeah.
She probably just over it, and that's why at first, I was like, okay, she's gonna be the B word on this show. But no, I loved it. That she just came out. I don't play no games.
She was dope, and I think she's gonna get in some love triangles, and people are gonna like that energy because on that boat they're gonna go out, they're gonna drink. The next episode, we're really gonna start
get into
things getting fired up. Yeah.
Yes.
I really liked how she's all like, "Oh, I've had like past boyfriends," and then like you see like boyfriend 1, 2, 3, and 4. Blur. Yeah.
So I love how they were always the problem too.
Yeah.
She was probably being too direct,
Right.
and their male egos got hit.
That's
exactly
it.
what
Listen,
happened.
us men, we have egos.
We have egos.
And we're
too direct.
sensitive.
She was too direct, and they couldn't take it. That's what I'm saying.
Absolutely.
Let's move into Byron. He was the one who was the engineer, the one with the hammer. Kind of fell under the radar this episode. But what are your first impressions?
I love his daughter.
Yes.
She's got that, Gabrielle Union shady baby look. She has that little look, and I think it's nice when they have a life outside of the show and outside of the boat. So I think he's gonna be good. He's gonna be kind of like the father figure.
I was like, he's very much a grown man.
Since he's
And he
married, he seems like the easy like dad person.
Absolutely.
Like I'm definitely gonna fall in love with him. I feel. Yeah, he seems sweet.
Because this show really becomes Semester at Sea for people that are
Yes,
younger.
yes.
MTV had a show where everyone's hooking up, drinking, getting crazy. They need a father figure.
Yes.
And it seems like the captain, Glenn, might jump in and also
might
be
do
the
that.
like cool
Yeah.
uncle
Yeah.
vibes. I'm getting that. So
Same.
That's a perfect way to describe that. But like you said, he was under the radar this
Right.
episode. My favorite part was he was talking about how he just uses hammers all the time for everything. And so anything could be a hammer. Uses hammer to fix anything. So I mean,
have you guys ever used a stapler as a hammer? I have.
Yeah, and that's why we said, okay, this is funny.
We've had those moments.
So yeah, I have nothing much more for him. But
Yeah. Well, let's talk about what seems to be one of our number one girls, Madison. What do y'all think? I want your face. What do you think of her?
Like I feel like we are soulmates, and I think Elizabeth had said that as well. So we're gonna fight for who's her real soulmate.
She's mine first.
But at one point I had my hair that same color as well, so I feel like we kind of get
That
each
energy.
other. And I feel like I love when she said I'm at 324%, not 100%. Like 324 is insane.
Yes.
I think she's gonna be one of Chrissy Teigen's favorites. I bet you, because I'm gonna follow Chrissy Teigen's tweets and I'll bring that back to you guys.
Perfect.
But I know that's gonna be one of her favorites. I know Kate and her are gonna hit it off.
Yeah.
So I think that she's gonna bring a lot to the show. But I think what she needs to be aware of is kind of her free spirited, because we know she's not wearing a bra. She's a free spirit.
seen it.
She's gonna ruffle some feathers because she's too chill, and when things kind of hit the fan and we're in a situation, can she really rise up? Because that funny kind of 100% energy or 324% energy, is that going to be good in a crisis?
Exactly.
We have an angry or drunk guest, can you get involved? That fun, bubbly personality might kind of be not great for her.
Right.
I'm worried about that.
Completely agree with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what about the couple, guys? What's her name?
Ciara and Paget?
Paget. Yes.
Yeah.
They were kind of messy. They kind of, like. I just didn't like how it started off so like unorganized, and it was just like too much cleaning, and therefore they forgot the steak knives.
That was bad.
Yes.
They were too comfortable. Like they're too because the three of them said we're a unit, and I felt like before anyone's come on the boat, you guys have already decided that you're not going to get in trouble. Like I think that's not right, because like Paget made some mistakes, and I'm like,
it almost puts them on a different pedestal.
Right.
So let's just to recap, just to make sure that everyone's on the same page. Like so, at the very beginning, we recognized, or we know that Captain Glenn, that Ciara, and that Paget were kind of on this boat for 9 months, and they've kind of done this before. They've kind of grown accustomed to each other.
So Akilah, before you move on, did they leave the harbor? They're just on the boat for 9 months?
They've been on the boat.
Yeah.
Well, I would say they were able to leave, but the boat was docked. Let's say
and
that.
they were having-
So they were
having guests or
living
anything?
in
They
the
cleared
boat
it up
dock.
that the boat
So there was no
docked.
guests.
There
Just
was
to
no
clarify,
guests.
because that was
No
kind of
guests.
not clear.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
exactly. So it was kind of no guests. The boat was docked. It was the three of them. So they kind of became the three amigos. They were the trio, and that's why it seemed like it was almost their apartment.
It looked like
their apartment.
It looked messy.
If they didn't clean on Sunday.
Right.
And so obviously
And
the
this
people
happened
came
on
through.
the last show as well.
Yeah.
What happened was Kate and Lee created this kind of the two of them became a unit, and it
Right.
really affected the morale. So they have to be aware, because people were like, well, Kate never gets in trouble.
Yes.
Is Paget not going to get in trouble? Like,
It seems like I feel like Captain Glenn is able to draw that line. It seems that way at least.
so.
Yeah.
Because he didn't know where
and
the
they probably
button
don't
was.
even test him that much as of yet. So who knows?
But what about the button on the hot tub?
Right.
Like that was a pretty that was a bad mistake.
Oh my god! And then I loved how his girlfriend was like, "Oh, it's because he's blonde."
I did like that part too, and I did like
Yes.
how it was just a switch. But I think that they panicked too much.
Right. It is the first charter.
it is
Let's
the
give him a break.
right.
You know, so it's like they were on the boat for 9 months, but he just didn't flip the switch. It wasn't that he broke it or he wasn't working on it. He just forgot the switch. So
You're absolutely right.
I thought that they were a little dramatic for that, but yeah, they do have to get on.
But remember, they have producers. You
They're
have to
like,
remember
yes,
this is a show,
this is a
so
big
they gotta
deal.
pop it up.
This is a big deal. So obviously, you know, they're getting ready. Just another preview. So they're getting ready for the new members to come on this boat and to help them with their first yachting adventure, which we know is going to be Alan, Jennifer, their daughter's friends, and this potentially married couple that they all be sailing to Greece. I say potentially
Messy
because
couple.
let's talk about what happened. So in preparation for this boat, for this sailing expedition, we figured out that they really weren't ready. They weren't ready with the cleaning. They weren't ready with, getting everything together. Let's talk about kind of what happened there.
You're saying because they weren't ready for the guests?
For this first excursion.
Got it. Which I kind of disagree with you because I kind of thought they got it together, in my opinion. I kind of thought they got pretty cohesive because when they do from charter to charter, like on the past seasons, they really struggle. Even when they're in a 5th charter to get to the 6th charter, they don't get as good. They really, I thought they turned the boat around pretty good.
The fact that they had to turn it around so much, it's the issue. It's like the people who came on, they recognized that all the linens were everywhere, everything was everywhere. Obviously, we had 24 hours. Let's put you to work from the moment you step on this yacht. But
the hot tub.
But the hot tub wasn't ready.
Chill guests. If they didn't if they got a not chill.
The steak knives.
The steak knives.
If they got the guy with the shrimp cocktail. Oh, sorry to interrupt. But with the shrimp cocktail guy from the new episodes, if they had this guy on this episode, they would have been done for.
Would not have been ready.
They would have been done.
Okay,
for.
but
Sorry, Elizabeth, go ahead.
what about the donkey dick? That
I knew you were going
No, you didn't even segue. Where's the lube, honey? You went donkey dick.
No, that was another mishap. Remember, because it got unattached.
Right.
So,
but it seemed like, according to Glenn, that happens often. If I'm not mistaken, it seemed like
apparently you
something
have to be
that happens
very careful, and if not,
And he wouldn't do it in front of them, which I didn't get. Why can't you fix it in front of the guests?
It's just a lot.
It's kind of unprofessional.
It's unprofessional.
And it's like
it's a
right
metaphor
there in
for
front
life.
of them. So it's like,
That's funny. That's good.
So he was just like, we might as well wait until they, get off the boat, do their trips, and we'll just fix it and do all the time now.
Got it.
Don't stress.
Well, it's kind of like the mystery, right? Of like having a boat all run perfectly and seamlessly. Yeah. Rich people never want to see you struggle.
Don't want to see
They never
it.
want to see you sweat.
They don't want to see
They
it.
don't want to see it. So
there it is.
What about the new guests that jumped on?
I was about
what
to
do
say,
we
let's
think?
talk about the guests themselves.
Guys,
They
so
were
first.
so cool. I was like, why weren't they like on board since the beginning?
You liked them?
I loved them.
They were awful.
They came
Really?
with that energy.
Guys suck.
Came with that energy.
I hate Guy already. I'm like, he's douchey. He's gonna be a problem. Him and Jenna are gonna go like.
You don't marry the person that we're on this yacht to celebrate. I think there's trouble in paradise for sure.
Well, I feel like they got just too drunk, like that they forgot
On the water
to
taxi.
get married.
Yeah, those water
You
taxis
guys are
give out
missing
free water.
the biggest picture. He is a rich man and she is a gold digger.
Oh, you think
They're going to Vegas to get married just on a whim. We'll meet you guys in Greece real quick. They were late to the. They were late
That's
a
there.
hot take.
Gold digger is a big word,
Listen.
Nate.
That sounds like a side chick.
She's probably the main. She's probably
She was the main. She was on a water taxi with that beautiful coiffed and Greek man. Did you see his hair? Was that a weave?
When he said thank you,
Can
I was
we
like,
talk
can we
about
just rewind this?
I was like, I need to watch that again later.
Yes.
That man.
And
that
then you said
Greek
in his
man.
little.
His Greek accent,
Yeah,
honey.
accent.
Yes.
I didn't know who was talking at first. I'm like, who's that?
It was popping off. So I think that like they're gonna bring good energy, and I think Elizabeth's right. I wouldn't go get drinks with a guy, but he's good TV.
Yeah.
He's gonna be difficult. He's gonna fall down the little spiral staircase.
Everything.
There's gonna be drama. They're gonna have loud sex. Like I'm telling you, it's coming.
And they
That's
came on
coming.
asking for tequila,
They're
so
gonna
you know
rock
it's gonna
the
be a good
boat.
time.
They're gonna rock the boat, exactly. And now Glenn has to marry them. Like,
Right.
what do y'all think? Do you think he's gonna do it?
No.
What do you think?
I don't know.
I think he is going to do it. And I think the reason why, because if you get married on international waters, it technically doesn't really matter.
Doesn't count?
So it doesn't count.
Really?
So I think yes, correct me if I'm wrong, fans, but I think it doesn't count. So I think Guy knew what he was saying when he was like, let's just get married now.
Oh, so he was just leading her
She's
on.
gonna get appealed.
Hey.
You know,
She might
who
be
knows?
the side chick.
Right.
If you
trying
don't
to
want
tell
that marriage to click.
And how do you not get your wedding on time?
Right.
I'm trying to tell y'all, look.
And I don't understand. They got married in Vegas, but then they were supposed to get married in Bali, in Greece, in Athens. Where was it supposed to happen?
Where?
They said Vegas. They were supposed
They
to
said
go
Vegas,
to Vegas.
but I mean,
Bizarre.
who knows? It is very bizarre.
But their friends
Vegas
also
is-
know they're ridiculous because they're
Yes.
like, they're gonna come on a helicopter, they're gonna belay down.
Right.
Like the friends were making fun of them too. So I don't know.
Speaking about things we can do on boats, I know we have a special segment.
Yes, we do.
Yes, we
Elizabeth,
want
take us away.
we want to talk about sailing to paradise, and we definitely want to. Oh,
We got a little
You know we
segment.
gotta make the music
Yes.
happen.
Little royalty-free music, honey.
Yes.
all right. So for sailing to paradise, I want to ask you guys, where would you go and to your favorite destination? But also with which captain? Captain Glenn or Captain Lee?
a good
Who would
question.
you choose?
All right, should I go first? We'll go down the line.
Yes, let's go down the line.
I would never go on a sailboat because I don't like that angle it was at. I went on a sailboat.
90 degree.
I don't do that. I don't like. I'm Persian. My parents did not immigrate to this country, so I could be on a
you could be on
sideways
a
boat. I like a flat boat, so I would do a yacht. I wouldn't do the sailboat. Sorry, but I would take a yacht to the Maldives. So I love the Maldives. I think it's beautiful.
Don't tell me that was gonna be you. Wait, so y'all both are going sailing? Is that what you're saying?
Okay,
Hey,
question now
Stop trying to
is,
come from my stuff.
but with which captain would you choose?
Oh, 125% Lee.
Oh,
I
okay.
love a man in charge, and the gays love him. He's like a power top straight, and we just
Yes.
love him. We're loving him. We're into it.
All right. What about
Don't be so
you,
butthurt.
Nate?
There are other
It's not the Maldives.
places.
It's not the Maldives.
So
where?
no,
other
it is
places.
like I want to travel the world, but the only place that I really like have a desire and want to go is to the Maldives.
All right, let's get famous enough, honey. We'll all go. The four of us will go.
Yeah, like come on.
Yes.
No, but I always say like, look, my first vacation with my baby. I don't have
not
a
your
baby.
baby, your baby.
Oh, baby.
I don't have a baby, but I
Baby
already,
deserves that.
I already got the
Yep.
bank account. The money's already over there. Whenever I find a baby,
Offshore account.
Okay. We talking about God. Should we
Maldives.
talk about
Okay,
you?
now
Why are you even here? You have an offshore account?
and we're going to who's my favorite? Lee. No, Lee's not my favorite.
You like Glenn. Don't even try to
He
be
is.
Like
You're
that.
trying to be me.
You messed everything up
He's
for
trying
me.
to be me.
You ruined the whole night. Maldives though. Maldives is the greatest. That's where I'm going.
All right.
Yes.
All right. With Glenn. You love
With
Glenn. So,
Glenn.
all right. Okay.
First off, yes, I am gonna have to co-sign with Glenn. I just, if I'm gonna go on my vacation, be chill, it's cool, and then be ready for me to take charge if I need to. So I would say,
Where would you go?
probably to like, I want to say the Mediterranean, but along the coast of honestly like Africa, probably Madagascar or something. Like that would be so
Good answer.
good.
Wow.
Good.
Would you go to the Galapagos? Is that Madagascar or is that different?
It's
Never
different,
mind.
but
Different.
animals are there too. So.
My bad. They both have iguanas, right? Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we'll
My
have fun
bad.
there.
My
Yes.
bad.
Elizabeth,
Well,
where would you go?
I'm a little different. I'd rather go sailing in Bali.
Yes.
I love Indonesia.
Yeah.
If
or
I'm in Bali,
actually-
I want to stay put.
Yeah, like I want to go snorkeling. I want to go to the beach and all that. But at the same time, like I would go with Captain Glenn. Like I said, not trying to be like what is it, ageist? No, I love Lee, but I feel like Captain Glenn would be just more like chill.
And they're only 10 years apart. I don't think Lee's that much
It's
older.
not,
Yeah.
honestly.
I don't think so. I think Glenn has aged well.
Yes.
Yeah, and he better bring Madison, on board
Madison,
because I
yeah.
want to party with Madison,
Yes.
like in Bali. Like, hey, let's go out.
I'm here for
Go
it.
get some tattoos while you're drunk.
Right?
Oh, right.
Oh yes, yes, another tattoo
In the mouth.
Yes.
I mean, we talked about some of the captains, but I know, Nate, you have all the tea on what's been going on between these captains. So
Yes.
give us the news.
So, it's not as much.
Oh, we got a little segment.
I love it. So it's not as much tea as I thought it was gonna
Okay.
be. Okay. But since the show is so new, there hasn't been much news that has come out yet. But before the show, Captain Glenn, he shares the differences between himself and Lee, and also with the other captain. Who was the captain before him?
Sandy.
Sandy.
Captain
Yeah.
Sandy. So he says this in a quote. Captain himself sees himself a little bit like both of them. I may have a little bit of both of them inside of me, but I'm probably a little bit more laid back than they are.
Well,
I
we can
have, I have a
tell.
very laid back style. Not completely hands off, but I like to give ownership to the departments. They wrote this wrong, not me. I'm not reading it. Okay? It's not me.
You can't read.
It's not me. They wrote the
He also
ownership
just
of
got
the
his-
departments to my department's head. See, they wrote that wrong.
Yeah, Bravo TV is not
ownership
dependable.
to the department's head. Yep.
Yeah, but you guys know what I'm trying to say.
Right.
We got you.
I keep an eye on everything, but I consider myself a macro manager, not a micro manager.
Oh, that's new.
A macro manager.
In that way, I pride myself on that. But I think the best way to get out of my people is by doing it that way.
Out of my people?
Okay.
Why was he in the people? That's me too.
No, bravo.
Bravo is right.
I'm going to take the
writer.
AfterBuzz writing class on Wednesday, and I will come be your one.
Bravo TV should hire you.
Yes.
No, but we got the gist. We got the gist. The fact that Captain Glenn would rather be a macro manager.
He's more chill.
versus
But
a
y'all
micro.
call me when you're on your trips and you
Yes.
need sushi in the Mediterranean.
Right.
And Lee is going to have me a nice spread and y'all are
There it
going to be
is.
eating chips. So call me when that happens.
That's true. Well, okay, so what kind of captain would you be if you had to choose? Would you be the macro? Would you be the micro?
I'm a macro type guy.
I'm a micro
That's what-
honey.
I'm macro.
I'm micro. I'm like
Micro.
cleaning the dust. I'm like,
listen, I will point out the dust. Like,
you will not be a friend.
Scandalous.
She will not.
I
Akilah
will
friend
not
will
be a
not be a
friend.
friend if
Not
she's
be a
your
friend.
captain.
I would make sure I'd have a Jenna to do all the micromanaging.
So you'd hire someone to be mean, like a bad
Yes,
cop.
yes.
Oh, that's smart.
See, I'm macro and someone could be micro.
I
you
love
know,
it.
like
That
I
is
want to be the
good
good
management.
person. You know.
Okay, Elizabeth,
You
I
know,
see you.
I mean, we
That's
talked
good.
about a lot from this episode, but this is only season or episode 1 of the season, so we have tons more to go. How about we jump into some predictions? What do we think that's going to happen?
AfterBuzz TV prediction.
Yes.
I mean, where's my crystal ball?
Right, it's very
let's start with
crystally.
you, Elizabeth.
Yeah,
What do you
let's get it.
think?
I feel like Madison's gonna get another tattoo,
She's totally gonna get another
prediction.
tattoo.
and this time
prediction.
sober.
Totally. That's good.
What about you?
Let me think. I think that, like I had said before, Jenna's gonna get in a love triangle with Adam and Byron. Is it Byron?
Adam.
The douchey
Parker?
guy. Parker. The douche. Oh, he's also gonna be kind of
Yes,
douchey.
yes.
And there's a line that he says from the season teaser where he says, "Everybody gets a wedgie."
Oh.
So I can't wait for that because there's a girl that has a wedgie on like one of those wakeboards.
Oh my God.
So I think he's gonna get a lot of followers. He's gonna start doing lives. He's gonna be the star. I think Parker is the star and Madison.
Nice,
So that's my
nice.
prediction.
So who would Ciara and
Paget.
Paget?
Is that a real
Don't say
name?
it.
Pager, Paget.
I thought it was Pager at first.
Those two, there's gonna be some type of drama where
Yes.
somebody is flirting with somebody.
They ain't staying together.
We saw that.
Something's gonna happen.
Yes, that's a good one. That's a good one. Yeah, we saw a lot of
You
previews
shady,
happening.
Nate.
We saw a lot of
Nate,
shady.
shady.
A lot of
Nate,
previews,
that
like,
was
let's
shady.
just make that happen.
He is
Well, Jenna's
shady.
attitude is going to be a problem. We saw
Absolutely.
Captain Glenn really starting to call her out on it. I think Paget may have to resign. We saw also the captain was like, give me your resignation letter. I don't know if he was talking to Paget or potentially someone else.
They edit
but,
that shit.
You
Let
Let me ask you,
know?
It
why?
was definitely edited.
And my thing is, I don't know if it has to do with this triangle that you're
Yeah.
talking about. What if
That's what I'm
he's
like.
just being messy boots and it's
Yes.
like it's time to cut somebody loose?
Hey, Kayla, can I ask you a question? So I'm
Yes.
wondering about the kind of the setup between do you think Madison's gonna have any love triangles? There was nothing about her.
The thing is,
What are
you
we
know when
thinking?
someone is out there and energetic and almost crazy in
Yeah.
your face,
Yeah.
they're always the most calm. Like, you know,
Got
when
it.
it comes to
Got
actual
it.
situations.
Wait, you
But
said
who knows?
Madison?
Madison. Doesn't seem like she's in any love
not-
triangles.
She
she's
wasn't,
gonna
but
be-
she did have that comment where she was like, "You're not gonna stick your P in my V."
Oh,
That's
You're
true.
right.
So I don't know if it's
So
a
who
triangle
was
or
that
someone
for,
tried to
though?
holler at her. I don't know. Something happened.
that
If anything-
don't tell
Something
me it
happened.
was Paget.
If anything, I think
It might have been.
It might have
It might have
been.
been. What about
No.
Jenna and the guests? Like, do you think she's gonna? Are the
You may
guests
have
gonna
some
rub her the
issues.
wrong
Yeah,
way?
You may have some
Yeah.
issues. That's a good point
Because
too.
Kate's rubbed the guests the wrong
Listen,
way. So
yeah,
we'll see.
whatever there is, we'll be here to talk
Okay.
about it all.
Yes.
Catch us next
Yes.
week. We'll be saying the same thing. But before we leave, again, this is Below Deck Sailing Yacht. This is your yacht mates. We're ready for a whole season of fun, of gossip, of drama. In the meantime, you can find me on social, on Instagram at Akilah Ffriend. Where can they find you, Nate?
I'm Nate Harris. You can find me at RoyalNate_. Don't forget the underscore.
We are so similar. Amir _, don't forget the underscore, Yassai, YASSAI.
Yes.
and
Yes.
you can catch me at California on Instagram.
All right, y'all. Well, this was a great first episode. Leave your comments, leave your likes. Talk to us. Until then.
Bye.
Hey.
Our founder, Keven Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.